One, two, three. Alright, so hi, my name is Breland Evans, and this is the last homework assignment for APR. Our last little bit of what we kind of liked and what we didn't like. We've already turned it in as a group, and I thought the actual final movie came out perfect. Well, not perfect, but it came out a lot better than we expected it to, especially since a lot of the class are not animators. And we had this kind of bad taste about it, but this class actually kind of restored the whole animation is not that bad. Um, getting you a little, allowing you to bring back some of the reins of, the foot roll and don't do this and stick to these guidelines to now where you actually get to kind of be more of the creator and be a little bit more imaginative and then, actually having to record yourself and act it out. So with all that, I have to admit it. I really like this class. I didn't know if I was gonna like it that much, but it actually turned me to actually liking the class. So let's get to it. This is shot 12 of my scene. I had to change it a couple of times, like 3 or 4 times, to trying to get it close to what it is right now. Um, Actually, I had to update it. Just the last update for this one was actually because in shot 11, Hope had Steve hug Vicky, and for my shot, it was going to take up too many frames to get that hug undone and do what I wanted to do with having being scared. So we had him kind of already in this turn heading towards the door because they kind of hear the sound already. And once you watch the final movie, you'll see that it kind of ties in perfectly with what's going on. I added. I'm not sure if I put that in there, but in the last time I was messing with it, I actually added an extra feature just to enhance it. It has nothing to do with what is going on, but just going to show it. I actually added the colors in there for the red light, just kind of show where the monster is coming and enhance the scene. But for everything else, let's go ahead and go into that. So, um, what I've updated so far, I had to alter the way Bugsy himself or Steve himself went up. His foot actually, I let it have a little bit more contact time with the ground, so it kind of got a little bit more of an extension, like he's pushing off the ground. And from that point, we actually went ahead and added like a little extra movement when he goes up. His hands kind of continue to go up because that's the momentum. As you can see right there, they kind of just went up. His legs kind of go up as well. I offset Steve and Vicky so that Vicky kind of goes down first. Steve's kind of in the air just a little bit. As he's landing, she's in that mid-turn already about to stride. And that's how I kind of fixed that little set that we were having an issue with. I also noticed he kind of locked out elbow. I just didn't notice that. But I also added this kind of dip in his face. He kind of goes down and then up. So get more of those arcs that Heidi was telling me I should add in. So I went ahead and added that in there. And I also changed from what Mr. Anthony was telling me to also keep this foot isolated to the ground so it didn't look like he was sliding too much. The only issue I had though is since he has to run off the camera and he looks so funky, the way to have him run off the camera, he actually goes through the ground. So he kind of does this weird right here. It's like an ice glide thing. And to kind of help with that, Heidi was saying I should kind of rotate the hips more so it kind of goes through this way. And so if you watch through, it goes, no, actually you can't see it when he's going that fast. Yeah, come on. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, he goes through and he kind of turns his hips, turns his lips, and he's running. So he's going from left to right, right to left, as he would run. I also added that little bit of turn to Vicky. You can't really see it from this angle, but it is there. I did add it in. I think the only time you can really see it is right here towards the end. As you can see, her hips are going this way and her upper body's turning the alternate way, kind of clockwise, following where her hand would be going, following where her leg would be going. Also with Vicky, what I added was, if you can see right about here, so she has, oh, Vicky, her hair, oh no, I didn't notice this, but her hair lost the movement. How did it lose the movement? She had this awesome up and down movement going on with her hair, and now it's all gone. And I think I know what happened with that. I had to, Vicky, in the like videos before this, her eyes and her mouth control had got deleted. I don't know how. So I actually had to re-import the model, and I thought that I actually, when I selected everything and I added it in the animate, and then I imported the atom animation, I thought that was in there. I could have sworn I was seeing it, but maybe I was too focused on making sure everything else was going. But yeah, she actually had a hair whip movement where her hair kind of goes up and goes down, and the earrings go up and go down, and she's rolling. And it's funny because I actually added in her mouth opening up more in this one, and added in the eye blinks because that's what one of the things Heidi said. I just needed to add extra in there. So it's kind of weird that I didn't even catch that her hair lost the movement in there. I just now noticed that. But overall, it's already turned in, but it was in there. It's not anymore. But yes, that was also one thing I was going to add to, just kind of add to the whole effect of her going up and down and get that whole little flare movement. Um, I really like this scene. I never had to animate two characters once, so that was a challenge. That was a fun challenge, and it's cool because I had to do, tell this whole little mini story in like 60 frames, and that was a challenge in itself. So, have a start, middle, and end. So the start is to hear a sound, the middle is to get scared, the end is them running off, and it's cool just to have made it all that happen in just 68 frames compared to when you start off in 3DF and you didn't even know how to make the snowman move into little parts using R, E, and W. So to get to here, I'm actually kind of proud of myself at this end. Here, I'm sorry I had to jump real quick. It was in the background, and I didn't want to lose the scene. I actually didn't alter this shot for shot 8, sequence 5. Um, it kind of worked out almost kind of too perfect. It looks good. I actually added. It was hard because you can't really move his hips, and you would think that getting the legs and feet in there would make it harder, but it's actually harder to have someone sitting down, and then all you have to do is just mess with the upper body controls, and that's it. And I don't know, it was interesting, and it like I said in the last video, it's kind of like a happy accident that it actually kind of lives upon itself. I didn't even know that he ended up almost in the exact same motion that he did when he went through. So as you can see here, um, he's going. It's the same thing. I had 98 frames, and he had to tell the start, middle, end. So he's kind of sad. He gets his prize. He realizes what it is, and now he's happy. Um, it was cool adding in all these little extra movements, making his hip and his thorax kind of move, making that leg kind of move, and making this leg move. Being versus for when I originally started off, both of these legs were actually very stiff. I actually didn't have that leg movement in there. That head shake, I didn't have that in there as well. And the eye movements and the whole mouth, it was very vague actually in the beginning. So it turned out all right. I think the only thing I had in the beginning was actually him getting scared and this hen jump in it. It actually went, per the thumbnails that I drew, it actually was kind of dead spot on. But adding in all these little extra side things, it just made it that much better. And I really enjoyed it. I don't know, out of the two, which one I would have to say is my favorite? That's a hard choice. I'm trying to think about it right now. This one just it looks so full of life, and it looks like he's actually alive. And these ones it kind of looks like they're clay animation, but it's a fun little story being told, and it's like kind of cute in itself. Kind of it's like it's cartoonic in its own little way because I don't know. They both have life. I don't really know which one's favorite. If I had to choose, I'd probably still have to say this one. Even though the run kind of bothers me at the end. This one's probably my favorite, but the one that I think turned out the best would definitely have to be the video of him kind of just in there and getting scared, just because it's so smooth to me, and there's a lot of range of emotion going on. But yeah, so all in all, those are my two shots. APR has been great. Anthony, you're awesome. Heidi, thank you so much. I'm gonna miss hanging out with all my class because I'm moving on to compositing, but in the end, this whole thing was great, and I love the experience. And also, if you didn't get to see, this is what the final shot looks like. I comped in some stuff because obviously I'm compositing, but the final shot in there, this is what it looks like. Minus all this stuff. There you go. So now it looks kind of like this. I added in the ray can, had it kind of going in there. I thought it was funny. And those are just 2 shades. But yep, that's it. So thank you once again. It's been a fun class, and you guys have a great night.